All right, Zach Barron here with some more A+ labs. This next couple is all about managing settings in Windows. So for this one, the scenario is you're preparing a presentation laptop for a conference that's going to be shared with a bunch of other people. Basically, it's just a good excuse to go through all the different Windows settings for this lab. So you can pause if you want to read all this, or don't. It doesn't matter. So first up, it says go to the control panel. And it's going to tell us to change view by to large icons. It gets rid of all of the group categories and personally, I don't really like it like this, but if you do, then now you know how to do that. We're going to go down to user accounts, and it's going to show our account information here. And we're going to go to Start Settings, Accounts, and it's going to show information, the same information, just in a different kind of interface. So it's two different ways to get to accounts, but since we're creating a new one, we're going to go to Administrative. Did I type that wrong? I sure did. We're going to spell it correctly. Windows and Administrative Tools. You go to Computer Management, Local Users and Groups, Users, and under Actions, New User. I'm going to put in, since this is a conference event, we're going to call it C Event. The full name, conference event, set a password. Oops, nope, that's description. Set a password, confirm the password. We're going to uncheck this, and check that it never expires and user cannot change the password. This is going to be shared for this particular scenario, so we want them to be using this password. Create and close, and now there's a new user for C event, conference event. Select score. Wow, it's taken a long time for that. Okay, next setting we're going to look at is time and date settings. So due to differences in date and time format conventions used in different countries. Yeah, okay. So we're going to go to Start. Morgan, we can see that, hey, our new user is set up there. So we're going to click that to switch to our new user with our new password. And it will get everything ready, which may take a few moments or several minutes. All right, we are set up, and now choose privacy settings for your device. Of course, if you're doing your own user, you probably want to go over these yourself. We're just going to take the default for this. Right click the time in the bottom right of the taskbar, and adjust date and time is up here at the top. Go down to date, time, and regional formatting, and change data formats. There we go. You can pick your calendar if you have other calendars. Switch the day of the week, short date, We're going to change to, what did they want? The 3-character month for the short date. And for the long date, we're going to keep it the same, I guess. All right, that's it for that. All right, next up, show and hide tray icons. All right, on the left of the time located on the taskbar series of taskbar icons, etc., etc. We're going to open this up, go to settings, scroll down to, nope, don't scroll down, it's right here at the beginning. System, select notifications and actions, click get notifications from apps. We don't want notifications. Next up, going back home, select privacy. And next up, diagnostics and feedback. Required diagnostic data. All right. Go. All right. True or false, it is best practice to always review and determine your privacy settings. Of course, that is true. You always want to review your privacy settings, especially when you're making a public account. All right. Next up, we're going to look at alarms and clock, which is right there. Good. Right click and pin to taskbar. You do this if you have an app that you use very frequently and you want to be able to find it faster. That is actually the next question. What is the purpose of pinning an application to the taskbar? So it's easier to find. All right, there's that. Next up, Windows File Explorer. All right, we're going to go to this PC. You see C drive, D drive. This up here are your program files with your programs in it. Program files for 32-bit application files. The other one being 64. Users and Windows is where your system files are. Go to documents. There's nothing in there, so we're going to create one. New document, text document. Type in tech support number. And we have a new .txt file, except that in Windows it hides the file extension. So if you care to see the file extensions, you can come up here to show this ribbon. And under view, somewhere's view. I can never find it if it's right in front of me. Oh, right, there it is, view. See what I mean? And hidden items, file name extensions. So we can see tech support number.txt. And we'll select score to validate. And I believe that's it for this particular user setting lab. A few comprehensive questions we have. What is the primary difference between a standard user account and an administrative user account? The admin account can reconfigure the operating system, whereas a standard one cannot, which is why we use that for the guest shared account. True or false, date and time formats are the same globally. Changes to date and time formats are purely based on preferences. That is, of course, false. There are many, many different ways to write date and time. Which item should be selected from settings in order to change tray icon behavior? Personalization is the correct answer for that. All right. That's it for this one. Hey, so we just went over some Windows user settings. Next up, we're going to look at Windows 11 and some of the differences for the new OS. Um, so, first off, we've already put in our password and gotten in. The two big differences for the taskbar, at least, it's center aligned now, more spaced out, so that it has better touch support. Another big difference that you'll see later in the lab is that you can have multiple desktops, which I find very useful. I can have a work desktop and then a school desktop and a personal desktop, which is great. Select start button. The difference in the start menu, in the older versions of Windows, there would be like a big bar with the list of apps. This one, they're all buttons. We got buttons everywhere for all apps. What's it say? Right click the edge icon. You can still unpin from the start menu, unpin from the taskbar. If you go to all apps, you get the familiar scrollable version for people who are used to the older operating system. So if you got old people that don't adapt to change very well, just tell them you can click on all apps, or you can pin the apps that they need to the taskbar or to the start menu. Let's look at taskbar settings. Taskbar behaviors. You can also once again change it back to the left if you prefer it over off to the left. All right, I'm going to close that. Next up, open the Edge browser app. And it pops these things up so that you can snap them to different sides of the screen like that. So that we're going to open up File Explorer and Notepad. Which I'm sure you can do through the start menu. Yeah, it's right there. I just get used to just searching for whatever I want to find. Then we're going to go. Oh, no. Come back. There we go. About blank. See, and it fills out just like that. So you can have all your windows viewable like that. I put them in the wrong place, didn't I? There we go. All right, and then down here, very bottom right, it'll say show desktop. Oh, you can't see. Oh, yeah, you can. I thought my face would be covering it. You can click the bottom right of the machine to show desktop, and you can see that this whole group is still together, and you can restore all three windows all at once. On the taskbar, task view icon, this will show you all of your tasks, and also you can create a new desktop like I mentioned earlier. And with that one, you can also have a bunch of stuff open. Come on, File Explorer. And let's do Notepad 2. And we'll put them in different places this time. How about this one goes over here, and this one goes down here, and oh, I didn't want this one to go, and that one goes down there. There we go. See, now we've got them all situated, and you can switch back and forth between your desktops. Very easy. All right. Right click Start. These options very similar to earlier versions of Windows also. Um, Settings. Windows Update. And Advanced Options. Okay. Optional updates. There are no optional updates available at this time. So it says Windows 11 will have an annual feature update cycle and makes it easier to delay installation of feature updates. So where you can find updates. And then in the main settings menu on the left, privacy and security. We're going to go to Windows Security. And here are your security settings. You can see there are a couple notifications of virus and threat protection. Yep, come on. Let's see. Ransomware protection, OneDrive for file recovery options. Yes, always have a backup, preferably in the cloud. Oh, did that open a new window? Annoying. Account protection, actions recommended. App and browser control also has an alert. See? These settings protect your device from malicious, unwanted apps, files, websites, etc. So that's how you can access your privacy and security settings. Close that. Oops, I wasn't supposed to close it all the way. Oh, fine. Just go to settings again. Okay, next we're going to look at accessibility options down here. So you got text size, visual effects, mouse pointer, text magnifier, color filters, narrator, audio, captions, etc., etc. Says, what is the function of sticky keys? I thought it was just to annoy people, but it is to use key combos without having to hold two keys at once. And if you need it, it will ask you if you want to turn it on. If you don't need it, it will probably ask you if you want to turn it on. Right click Start and select Run Control Panel. Enter. And here's the old school control panel that that you might be used to from the previous, Windows 7, Windows 10. All right, so a user upgrading to Windows 11 is not able to launch an app they previously accessed by scrolling through the Start menu. Two ways they can access it: click All Apps, or pin the shortcut to the Start menu, or the taskbar. That's another way. What is the function of this thing? To switch between Windows and desktops. There they are, all my Windows, all my desktops. And then, true or false, Windows 11 has removed the ability for users to configure privacy settings. That is obviously false. That would be ridiculous. All right, so that's it for Windows 11. I think there's one more lab in this kind of category of Windows settings. All right, in this last lab, we're going to be looking at some Windows system settings. Here's the scenario if you want to see why we're looking at system settings, but it's not really relevant. I guess in this one we want to collect signatures, so we need a USB connected signature pad. And determine the amount of RAM installed and record OS edition and version. So we're going to click start, start, and settings. Go to system, and scroll down to scroll down to about, and there's all of our system information. How many gigs of RAM? 8 gigs of RAM right there. What edition of Windows 10 is in use? Windows 9 Pro is an option. Nope, it is Windows 10 Pro version 21H2. Right? That's it for our About screen. And change our power options next. We want the laptop to work as reliably as possible, reduce the likelihood of support requests during the health fair, etc., etc. So right click start and go to system. System. There it is. Power and sleep. Right here. Additional power settings. And create the power options window. Create a power plan. There it is. All right, we're going to do a custom plan called Health Fair Signature Pad. Next, turn off the display after 30 minutes. Create. And we're going to change plan settings, change advanced power settings, and here's some of the things that we need for what they want. They don't want the display to turn off too quickly. They don't want the signature pad to stay on so that, whatever. Change advanced power settings. We're going to click the plus button next to USB, USB selective suspend, and we're going to disable that so that our USB device stays on. Right? That should do it for this one. Click apply, OK, cancel. Okay, next up we're going to change the display settings. So go back into System, Settings, System, Display is already open. Scale and layout. I change the size of text to 125%. Right, so that it is easier to read for people with bad eyesight. There we go. And that's it for our system settings. Which of the following is not a valid edition? Corporate. Corporate does not exist. The three options are Home, Pro, or Enterprise, right? True or false, operating system power management features may sometimes disable USB devices. Yes, that is true. They could suspend USB devices to save power. All right, that's it for our Windows settings. Hope you enjoyed it.